everybody!
And welcome to another week
at Myton Kids.
Our God is so amazing. His love is never ending. Beyond imagination. He's worth our celebration. He deserves the loudest voice. I don't know about you, but I came here today to celebrate God in every song we sing and every game we play. To celebrate God, always amazing. His love will never end. So everybody in this place, celebrate God.
Well, last week we were learning about how if we are ever worried about anything, if we are anxious, we can lift up our worries to God. We can pray to him. He will listen to us and help us along the way.
And Jesus said, even the birds don't worry, so why should you?
Well, we are more important to God than birds or flowers, and he doesn't want them to worry about having enough to eat. But you see, God loves us so much that he doesn't want us to worry about the things in our lives.
And today, in today's story, the disciples seemed to have forgotten that a little bit. So we're going to find out what today's story is all about. And there's a clue above me.
Well, in today's story, Tim is going to do some sound effects, so you might want to join in with him as well. The captain of the storm. The sun was going down. The air was warm and still. Let's go across the lake, Jesus said to his friends. Jesus had been helping people all day and now he was tired. So he left the crowds at the shore and set out in a small fishing boat. Jesus climbed into the boat to take a nap. As soon as his head touched the pillow, he fell fast asleep. It was a beautiful evening. A gentle breeze rustled the sails. The friends were chatting happily as they headed out into the middle of the lake.
Chatter, 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 chatter.
Everything was perfect, just right for a nice, quiet sail. They were only about halfway across when out of nowhere, whirling winds swept across the lake, fierce and strong like a hurricane. A blinding flash of lightning lit up the sky. Thunder roared right overhead. The storm blew the water.
Oh, hang on, the storm blew, wait.
The storm blew the water into towering waves that hurled the little boat up and up and up. Then it sent it hurtling, crashing back down, down, down. The fishing boat was blown and buffeted and tossed and turned back and forth, up and down, left and right and round and round. And in the middle of the storm, Jesus was sleeping. Now, Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives, but in all their years fishing on that lake, they'd never seen a storm like this one. No matter how hard they struggled with their ropes and sails, they couldn't control their boat. This storm was too big for them. But the storm wasn't too big for Jesus. Help, they screamed. Wake up! Quick, Jesus! Jesus opened his eyes. Rescue us! Save us! Don't you care? Well, of course, Jesus cared. And this was the very reason he had to come, to rescue and save them. Jesus stood up and spoke to the storm. Hush, he said. That's all. And the strangest thing happened. The wind and the waves recognised Jesus' voice. They'd heard it before, of course. It was the same voice that had made them in the very beginning. They listened to Jesus and did what he said, and immediately the wind stopped. The water calmed down. The little boat just bobbed gently up and down, and there was a deep stillness and a great quiet all around. Then Jesus turned to his friends. "Why were you scared?" he asked. "Did you forget who I am? Did you believe your fears instead of me?" Jesus' friends were quiet as the wind and waves, and into their hearts came a different kind of storm. "What kind of man is this?" they asked themselves anxiously. "Even the wind and the waves obey him." They didn't understand. They didn't realise yet that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus' friends had been so afraid that they had only seen the big waves. They had forgotten that if Jesus was with them, then they had nothing to be afraid of, no matter how small their boat or how big the storm.
Well, we're now going to sing the song that we learnt last week, all about how God keeps his promises. And don't forget to join us afterwards, where we'll be continuing with Myton Kids. You might have to just make sure you get onto the next video.